No, it's playing. Oh, I'm recording. All right. Today, in this upload, I'm going to be reviewing my dog. This episode, I'm going to be reviewing Breaking Bad, season 1, episode 7. Apparently, there was only 7 episodes in the first season. Kind of weird. My dog's over there playing on my bed. But I don't know where to go with this one. I mean, the last one really did a good job of winning me over, and this one, I think you know what it is. I think at this point in the show, they came to the creator and the writers and the actors. They all came to a point of like, I think we got something here. They're like, I think we got something here, so we don't have to play around no more. Let's start spicing it up, which they do. Um, what's his name, Mr. White? Oh, this episode we see Mr. White, Pinkman, Mrs. White. Oh, and we find out something interesting about uh, the sister-in-law. Is that her sister-in-law? I think it's her real sister. I think it's Mrs. White's real sister. I'm not 100% at this point, but we find out something interesting that she does have a problem. She likes to go in the stores on her break and steal stuff. There's a baby shower. She gets some. It's a weird gift in my opinion. It's a little tiara, but it's made out of precious metals and stones, of course. No big deal. But for some reason, Mrs. White wants to return it. Maybe she. Oh well, she just feels like she's strapped for cash. So this is very expensive. Let's return it, get the money, and help my husband with his treatment. Actually, hey, that's a good quality. Now, if you could find somebody like that in real life, I'll be happy. That's a good quality to have in a wife. She understands that material things don't really mean anything. It's like I want you here more than I want this little tiara or whatever. Should have took it to a pawn shop. I don't even know why I said that. Pawn shops are the worst. Okay, I'm getting off topic, but and I jumped around the episode. The episode starts off with, you know what? One thing I have to say, Mr. White is getting pretty frisky. You know what I mean? He's not holding any punches back. I mean, I guess in his situation, I would do the same thing. Like, I got in house and I'm about to die, so let's get it in as much as I can. Um, yeah. But then they do this really good thing where Mr. and Mrs. White are transformed into, or not transformed, are transported or transfixed. Third time's a charm. They're transfixed in this world of, I'm going to use togetherness. When if you've watched the show before, then you should be aware of the adult content that's involved in this show. He was, oh, that's ironic, isn't it? Is that how you use ironic? They're doing kid stuff, but they're not kids in an environment where kids are 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 period. Where kids are. It's a school. They're doing kid stuff. That's what you did as a child before you went all the way and made the leap. You used these two guys or just one guy. What you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Spend too much time on that. Um, I think I'm going blank on the rest of the episode. That's bad, isn't it? No, they're troubleshooting. They're troubleshooting. That's T in the background. Not what you think. That's T. So they're troubleshooting the problem as they go along. Pinkman's out the hospital. He was put in the hospital last episode by this new guy. This new dealer they're dealing with. New dealer they're dealing with. This new person they're dealing with. He beat him. He beat him. Would that be half to death? No, he beat him pretty. He beat him pretty badly and put him in the hospital. Then Mr. White comes and steals the show, of course. Um, I don't know why I'm talking like that, but yeah, he works on a deal for a lot of money. Uh, Still not enough. Trying to think. I don't think this episode was quite that memorable. I mean, except aside from the part where they do more science, which you know what, I think there's some type of attraction towards science because I feel like everybody would have got an A in chemistry or dare I say biology. I think if a teacher was able to make it interesting like this, not necessarily teach people, excuse me, not necessarily teach people how to create mayhem with chemistry but just give us an idea of the power. Like I had a cool chemistry teacher. He took some, I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called, but it has to be stored in oil because it reacts explosively with water. I forget what the hell it's called, man. I wish I would have knew. I wish I knew it. It's sodium something, but I can't remember what it is. Puts it in the water and it boom, it blows up. It reacts. It reacts with water like that. That's like if every chemical he tried to introduce to us was with a was with a experiment. I could call that experiment. No, with a display like that, and then we'd be more interested. But no, I'm gonna get off track again. The only thing that was interesting in this episode was he made something called thermite. Now I've heard of thermite before. I didn't Google it because I've heard of it. I've heard of a thermite grenade. Like I said, I like war movies and things like that. So I've heard of a thermite grenade, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. They use it to punch a hole through a door and get in there and get one ingredient to cook more meth with, and they didn't realize the quantity that was there. So they're I don't know. They the writers are pretty genius for doing that, for writing in a scene where something, um, I guess, something serious as stealing, and it's a deadly chemical, and they put it in slapstick. Basically, they're dropping it, they're arguing with one another, and they tied the security guard in the porta potty, and then later on he almost, it seemed like he almost wanted to tell her about what he's been up to, but he just, because this is a conversation between Mr. and Mrs. White. She is telling him about, oh yeah, that's the other thing that happened. She almost got arrested when she tried to return that tiara. And of course she's pregnant, so she faked like she was going into labor. Hey, you gotta use what you got to get out of the situation because of course that guy was overreacting. He didn't see her. They don't have any footage of her actually doing it, but you came in with stolen merchandise, so you're gonna get to you're gonna get charged with it. But as she's confiding in Mr. White about that situation with her sister and almost being arrested, he turns it on. He turns it a little. He goes takes a left turn, kinda. Well, a slight detour. I won't say left turn. And he's like, well, what if it was me? So he tries to pose a great question, like a great way to segue into, yeah, I've been cooking meth and selling it, and I killed two people, things like that. I feel like he was this close, the character was this close to saying that, but he didn't for whatever reason. Um, I mean, it's actually pretty good storytelling. That's one reason I like TV shows. I won't say I like them more than movies, but that's one reason why I like TV shows because um, it gives an audience a time to, well, it gives the audience a chance to grow with these characters. And there's some series where, well, lately, as of late, there's some series where they choose to completely get you entwined with a character and then kill it off. And it's like, oh, come on, man. Why would you do that? Don't do that. it's like he's taking you on this emotional roller coaster. It's like, I don't know if that's necessarily new, but I know it's. I've seen it more recently. Okay, yeah, I'm getting off topic. But overall, I rate this episode pretty well. This is the last episode in the first season. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the second season is gonna bring. Um, I feel like Junior made one appearance in the episode, but it wasn't. Eh. I'm trying to think what else happened in this episode. Those were the only things that really I can really remember from that episode. Uh, they really sparked my interest. But till tomorrow, we have Futurama, and every Sunday now I'm going to be uh, posting a video with two movies, two movie reviews. I'm going to try and keep it up. I know it's a day away. Was it 2 days away or a day away? I know it's a couple days away or something like that, but I'm disappointed.